What is going on, guys? Welcome to our House of the Dragon character power rankings week 3. This is a somewhat spoiler review of episode 3. So if you haven't seen the episode, we are breaking it down character by character here. Just a quick rundown of our rankings. First off, we got Luke in the house. What's going on, Luke? Thanks for joining, man. Let me know down in that comments what you thought of episode 3. Rhaenyra, S tier across the board, first 2 weeks. Damon went a little bit down from S to A. Otto went just like Rhaenyra, S to S. We had a jumper in Allison who went from A to S from episode 1 to 2. Corlys staying firm at A tier. Rhaenys at an A tier as well with Corlys. Christian Cole there at from a B to an A minus, so he took a jump up from the last 2 weeks. And Viserys, my man, I have a feeling he's going to keep going down. He's at a C minus heading into week 3. So let's just jump right into these rankings. What we're going to do is go from S to F and kind of discuss what we thought about episode 3 and each character. Let's start off with S tier. I think Rhaenyra 100% sticks. I thought she was another standout in episode 3. I loved her character development with kind of just staying true to who she is. And the moments she had with Viserys, again, in episode 3 were very, very strong. I thought, for me, that sequence of her walking back through camp was amazing. I love the way that kind of everyone at that camp was kind of looking at her like she's just a true badass. She's a true hero. I don't know where we're going, but I'm in for the ride. Does anybody disagree with the S tier for Rhaenyra?
No, I think she's exactly where she needs to be.
Awesome. All right, all good. Let's move on to Otto Hightower. The dude continues to be 6 steps ahead of King Viserys. I think 100% still an S tier. I know Larry is very upset about this one, but Otto knows the game. That's what I told Larry. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game, because Otto knows the game, and the man is running circles around the Iron Throne. Anybody have? I think he should stay at S. Does anybody have
objections here? No objections at all. Stays at S.
S tier,
baby.
S. All right.
Yeah, he's the little finger of House of the Dragon, baby. How do you not like it?
I agree.
Like, he just creates drama.
Yeah.
Honestly, same for Allison. I mean, she's queen.
Yeah.
No.
Allison's been one of those characters that's just gotten stronger each episode. Honestly, I just love what they're doing with their character.
Yeah, I agree. And we kind of had, Otto started planting the seed of Aegon sitting on the Iron Throne. And when we talk about Allison Hightower, Allison definitely had some influence in episode 3, convincing King Viserys to send troops, send support to Daemon and Corlys to the Stepstones during that war. So Allison's got some pull, man. She's definitely got some pull. She's definitely got the king's ear, which is significant. So all good on S tiers. Does anybody have an S tier that a character should move up?
Daemon.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
Damn.
Daemon's gonna move up.
I gotta disagree there with you guys on that one. I think he's more B plus for me personally, and especially after the 3rd episode. Yeah, it was cool what he did, but let's be real, he was really saved by plot armor there at the end of the day, which is cool and all, and made for a cool event. But I just think we spoke about it on the review. His ultimate showdown with the Crab King was one of the most disappointing shits in Game of Thrones history. Like, it's Game of Thrones, and they know exactly what the fans want, and they take that away.
100%.
No way, bro. No
100%. I think that's me.
No way. That
crazy. Was a damn near perfect episode. Like, that was what Game of Thrones is all about. Like, you get a nice slow burn, because I mean that's part of what makes Game of Thrones so special.
I love it.
The planting seeds, we got a little bit of action this episode, but like, honestly, we don't even, like, an episode of Game of Thrones doesn't even necessarily need to have action in order for it to be a great episode, and we saw that with episode 2. But that's just me. I disagree. I don't think it was plot armor because this is Daemon going through saying, I mean, that's he finally gets the aid that Corlys was asking for. And then he's like, no, he's like, I'd rather do this myself without the aid of the king because this is our fights. I'm here to, make a mark. And he'd rather take care of it himself than having his older brother, come in and save the day. But that's me. That's just me.
Yeah, I thought definitely Daemon improved this week. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. It was a little bit underwhelming. But for me, I thought Daemon had an epic moment in episode 3. He continues to steal every single scene he is in this series. If there's anything we have learned through 3 episodes, is that we need more Daemon. We have
I'll
Tyler.
also say with plot armor, it's like that's
so. All I'll say is, like, in regards to why I say plot armor, is the thing I love the most about like Battle of the Bastards, the Battle of Winterfell, is like when you're in those fights, it feels like you're in a fight of how random it is. Like in Battle of the Bastards, when you're on the one shots of Jon just fighting, if you watch behind him, there's about 5 different guys behind him that are about to kill him, but he just gets saved by one of the guys just randomly, which you can say is plot armor, but I find that way more intriguing and way more putting me in the moment than a bunch of guys on 2 sides of a wall just randomly shooting arrows. And not only are they shooting arrows, but they've got him totally surrounded, and they just do the typical one guy's going to push up, he's going to catch him off guard, and then one is going to push up one by one. So that's all I'll say. It's not the most annoying thing in the world, but I just expect a little bit more in terms of like combat and the fighting when it comes to the Game of Thrones universe.
I don't think. Like,
I guess that just depends on what we consider plot armor, because you can easily say that, oh well, Jon Snow all the way through, it's like plot armor, but it's like I could argue that for like the 7 and 8.
No, I definitely don't.
But
disagree.
that's a different conversation. But
yeah, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. We have Larry in the house. What's going on? Come on.
He's watching us.
I know.
I live for Damon's level of pettiness. I do too. This is not going to happen. He's like, this is my fight. This
is why I think Damon's an S tier, because unlike the crab feeder, like I didn't see him as this like season long antagonist. I think it's Daemon who's going to become the antagonist of this show. And I live for the gray areas that Daemon is showing us. Like he's showing us amazing moments just like this one. And I think like next week we're going to hate his guts. And I that's where I see this going. That's definitely my take. So I think he's an S tier. We have Tyler saying they have dragons as the ultimate plot.
We kind of saw this episode though, because I mean, most of the crab feeders' men were hiding in caves. Dragons can't they could, but then it leaves themselves vulnerable. Like, I mean, they are this like, all amazing power that like, from the sky it's gonna be hard to hit. Yeah. But I mean, dragons can also be vulnerable. That's all I have to say. If Larry, you know when to strike.
Larry says hitting a moving person from that far is not easy.
That's why they got them all in clusters, bro.
All right. I'm at an S tier.
S tier for sure.
At an S tier. Yeah. Ryan's at a B plus. We're keeping him at an S tier for now.
Yes, sir.
We'll see how this goes next week. All right. Does anybody have any other S tiers?
No more S tiers. I would move Corlys' son. We'll get to him. Sorry, we're working our way down. My bad. No. I don't think there's any more S tiers right now.
Okay, let's move on to A. I think Corlys and Rhaena should definitely stand where they are. Anybody have any objection to that?
No, I don't have any at all.
I'll say yes to Corlys, but no to Rhaena.
Well, I mean, she wasn't in this episode, so I don't.
No, she wasn't in the episode.
Dude, I think she's.
I just don't think we've seen enough of her or a lot of her character
She's
I
Elena.
like the-
She's Elena. She's scheming. Don't worry. She's
No, I'm not worried. But in context of the first 3 episodes, I only really like, or yeah, I guess I'll say it that way. I only really like the conversation she had with Renera in the second episode.
Well, yeah, I mean that was
About-
like her time to shine.
That
She
was her
wasn't
time
really,
to shine. But like that makes her be careful. It's not like a negative thing, but I just think like holding an A category is like super high for someone we've barely seen in the show, and she's had one really good like monologue moment with the main character. That's my reasoning for putting her at B, not because she's bad or anything.
We have Larry saying Otto doesn't belong in the S tier.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Larry.
That's
Yes,
crazy,
he does.
Larry. Larry
Yes, he
has a
does.
vendetta against
This
Otto.
man has
and
been pulling strings literally since episode 1.
all right. Tyler says, "Where's baby Aegon on this?" He's right there. He's right there.
yeah,
We're
we got to add the. Well,
We're not there yet.
Yeah,
Right.
but
I want to throw Kristen Cole to the A tier. At least for me. I think Kristen Cole had a
he's
strong.
moved his way up. He's moved his
I
way
think
up.
he had a strong episode 3, especially with his relationship with Rhaenyra. That decision where he didn't kill the White Hart Stag on Rhaenyra's command, and the way they have been connecting. I think Kristen Cole is definitely a character that I think we're going to see more and more of moving forward.
Yeah,
I think there's a reason for his scenes throughout the first 3 episodes. So, any thoughts on Kristen Cole as an A tier?
I think he's exactly where he needs to be. You know, he's moving up in the ranks. You know, he's a knight now. You know, he's Lord. He's a protector of the of the crown and the family. So I think A tier is really nice place to be for sure. And especially after what Viserys said to Rhaenyra, he's like, hey, like marry whoever you want, whoever finds you happy. Just saying, I don't know, it could be a thing.
Ryan, any quick thoughts?
Yeah, I think each episode he has been getting stronger simply because they've been giving him like more and more screen time slowly with each episode. But I still think he's a B+ character. I mean, I want to see. I think this guy Kristen will earn like A+ or higher. Maybe A if he gets like a really strong 4th episode in. But I don't think he can go any higher than that until he actually proves his combat ability. Because I've been hearing for 3 episodes that he's one of the best fighters, and he's still just chilling next to Rhaenyra.
Well,
Now,
you also have to
great
remember
moment.
he's not like the main player.
No, I know he's not the main player, and we did see him like.
And we did see him knock Daemon
we did
off his
see him
horse.
joust, yeah, and they did fight. So you know what? I'll take that back. I'll keep him in.
Ain't episode
I'll keep him in
3. I mean, he's their
I'll
protector.
keep him in A. I'll keep him in A. Yeah, I'll keep him in A.
All right.
You can remove the
From a
crap.
hog, bro. He protected her from a hog.
Larry said, literally gave my argument on how he didn't pull any effective strings this episode.
It may not be this episode, but everything is happening because of him up to this point.
And I would not be surprised if like he's in the Lannisters' ear, like planting those seeds for Aegon on the Iron Throne as well.
Also, to Larry's point, we've seen countless people break vows in these.
Yeah,
shows.
like bro, really,
That's
Jon
all I'm
Snow fucked
saying.
the
I mean,
wildling,
Jamie
bro.
was a King's Guard. I mean, he didn't really marry his sister, but she bore his children. Like
right.
Loyalties don't mean too much.
I have a new A tier character for the show, and that is my man Lenore. If anybody has been watching our character power ranking, it's basically been 2 episodes of me shitting on Viserys.
Viserys is a nice guy. He's just not fit for the throne. But yeah, I do agree. Lenore,
dude,
for sure. He
dude.
came in there.
No way, bro. You can't argue.
Absolutely.
You can't tell me he's an A.
Yeah, Lenore. He has a good dragon.
He's a dragon. He's also maybe another match for Rhaenyra. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay.
He's a pure Valyrian blood.
And this is why I'm going to do this. This is a package deal. All right, ready for this? We have Larry saying Lenore for the win.
Yeah.
I'm also going to move Lena up to C tier
She deserves
because if Lenore has a dragon, because he has that.
Oh yeah, she'll be a dragon rider.
Lena has a freaking dragon. So this is a twofer. This is a package deal. Any thoughts?
Yeah. No, I agree there. I mean, they're pure Valerian, whether or not they're is Valerian, and then the sea snakes. It's God, I'm blanking right now. Anyway, they're still dragon riders. They still follow the customs of House Targaryen because their mother is a Targaryen. So that's So
all right. Any objection to that, Ryan? Real quick.
No.
Aaron's about to have a badass dragon. It's happening. It's definitely
happening.
I just hope we see a good dragon fight in this show, unlike Game of Thrones, where they just severely underserve that whole thing.
Yep.
Well,
all right, I'm gonna quickly throw Crab Feeder.
Yeah, put him in.
Just put him in.
Or
kill
just
him.
Take him off.
Oh, he's
kill
dead.
Him kill him.
God. You're out. Let's move on. Does anybody else have any other A tiers?
Honestly, no. All the other characters, the ones outside the ones we haven't ranked yet, I would probably just put them where they are. Maybe I would have probably actually moved Viserys up to AC altogether because of what's only because of he's starting to see a little bit he's literally telling his own daughter that hey, I did waver for a second, he was being truthful. Not the best, doesn't make the best decisions, but he is standing firm as to have Rhaenyra be his successor, even though Aegon II is born and there's another kid on the way. We don't know if that's a boy or girl, but he is still, he's not faltering from his decision. So I think that's very important.
I'm good with the C tier, and I hate speaking positives about King Viserys. Because
oh my gosh, he's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy. He's just
an idiot.
He's an idiot, and I'll give him one thing about episode 3. He's got Aegon now. He's got a male heir to the throne, so that's going to help his cause in the game.
He hasn't even named his male heir successor. He still has male, so.
But that's definitely pushing him forward positively. He definitely had another really good moment with Rhaenyra. Man, what is it with fathers and daughters in the world of Westeros? Man, it's tough. It's a tough world.
Very, very tough. Well, given the customs that they have.
Larry, this is a spoiler review. You're good, man.
Yeah.
Tyler says the guy who was I love it. All right. Any other? Let's go to B. Any B tiers?
Honestly, no. Like I said before, everyone else that's pretty much ranks the ones.
Where do you where do you want to put Aegon?
I would probably put him in C.
Dead?
Wait.
No, he's not dead.
Wait. Is it? Fuck. No, you're right.
Baby Aegon's this one.
Bro, put him in F. Fuck it.
No, I would put him in C.
Bro, just because he's a baby, don't just
But he's literally Rhaenyra's threat to the throne. So
exactly. So put him in F.
No, that's not why you would put him in F.
That's why we're
ranking because
we're ranking based on power. That's what we're doing.
He's literally the king's son. He's just 2 years old, but he has a strong claim. Arguably, he does have a stronger claim than Rhaenyra, but Viserys has not wavered from Rhaenyra, which is what I like. So that's why things are starting to friction.
Who hates each other more? Is it Otto and Daemon, or is it Rhaenyra and Aegon? Because those two are gonna hate each other.
Daemon
All right. Massaria, we're gonna keep her at C tier. Nothing's really changed. Should she?
Yeah. Honestly, the rest of the other characters, nothing's really changed because they weren't really on this episode.
Well, we have another douchebag to put into our character power ranking. That is Jason Lannister. And one of my highlights of episode 3 was when Rhaenyra gave him the cold shoulder. It was awesome. I was so happy about that. Where do we want to put Jason.
I mean, he's a Lannister. I wouldn't go higher than like a C just because of the pull that he does. I mean, he is, he is of a noble house. Or yeah, I would say maybe C. No higher than C though. I mean, especially for now.
He's got strength. Oh, I hate the Lannisters so much. Larry says Aegon in F tier. I just don't buy that. I don't buy that. Like Aegon got a pretty easy path to the throne. So
yeah, man. You see that kid's birthday?
Larry says
just because he's a kid doesn't mean that he doesn't have a claim. F
kid. Kids definitely got
literally.
All right. Yeah. So anybody have any thoughts on the two characters we didn't really touch in D and F? One of those is the Grand Maester Melos and Harold. I don't really like any of those two characters. We didn't see any of those guys in episode 3, but should they stay put? Quick thoughts.
I think they weren't in the episode, so I would just keep them where they are.
All right. I'm good with that.
All right. Honestly, I'd argue to put Viserys in D in terms of power ranking. He's an absolute fucking idiot. Even after the 3rd episode, especially when he
literally said that he was going to keep Rhaenyra as his heir.
No, my guy literally tells Rhaenyra, you need to get married. You know your duties. When literally the last episode, my guy was being told the exact same thing by the Grand Maester Mesos.
I mean, yeah, but there's also pressure on him to be king. Like, obviously, everyone's trying to manipulate to get what they want out of him.
But exactly.
I mean, he's not the best king. I agree with you there.
He's an awful king, and the only good decisions comes by other people's influence. So that's
all right. Real quick, I like this comment from Larry. Why isn't Lionel strong on this list? And in terms of like counseling, he had a really good moment with King Viserys this week.
Actually, that is a very good point. Like he's literally the only person. I would actually put him in C because he's the only person of the High Council that has only given his unbiased opinion.
I like that
because when he's talking to Viserys and Viserys is like, he's like, I have a proposition for you. He's like, should Rhaenyra wed your daughter? He's like, no. I think that you should wed her to Lenore for the same reasons why Viserys should have wedded Lenore's sister. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her name right now. And it's like he's literally the only person on the council, at least, who's given like their unbiased opinion. He's just like, this is literally what I think you should do. He's like, there's no gain in him for it whatsoever.
Yeah,
he's just literally he's the only man in this freaking council that's doing his job like right way.
Yeah, I mean Daemon was doing a pretty darn good job, but not the right way.
Daemon's such a good character, dude. I mean, I don't want to say it. He's probably one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite character.
Larry says Lionel has been giving the best advice on the entire show.
He literally has.
And Tyler, when we're done with this, we're going to do a dragon power rankings. And then we'll probably put the plug. Maybe we'll do like an animal power. I don't know. We'll put the plug on.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is good.
All right.
Like we're still early. We got there's 10 episodes total. We're only 3 in. So
and I have a feeling the dead column is going to get more and more.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I'll throw it to you first, Christian. Where can we find you, man? What do you got going on over there at Film Optics?
Oh boy, so thank you again for having me on, for sure. Sad that I missed Larry's Game of Thrones trivia. I just had some things to take care of, but you can find our podcast on all audio podcast platforms. Film Optics, that is Optics with an X. It's down there next to my name. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Audible, and more. We've been covering House of the Dragon, week to week, giving our spoiler-free thoughts that we actually drop on Fridays because we got some little early access stuff going on there. So also we've been covering She-Hulk as well. Every single week. Coming up, we're going to be covering Barbarian coming up weekends. That'll be dropping this coming up Monday. We're also going to be covering Pearl. Get some spooky season is upon us. Not here yet, because summer is still here. Not until like September 22nd. That's just me. But I know some people are kind of already starting the spooky season early. Also, you can listen to our Avatar: The Last Airbender Book 2 Earth review, our series revisited of that on the podcast as well. So those are just a few things we've been doing on the podcast. You can definitely follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Film Optics. Again, that's Optics with an X. Thank you so much for having me on, Dives. It's been very, very fun doing some power rankings for these episodes.
My pleasure, bro. Anyway, Ryan, where can you find you, man?
Yeah, you guys can always find me just Ryan again. The per usual, just chilling. Got bad takes, and yeah, I mean, nothing much really going on right now. I'm just like swamped in fucking work. It's kind of embarrassing. Nothing else really going on.
So guys, make sure. Larry says the real question: rank the way these characters pronounce Dracarys. Danny,
that's very true.
Lenore,
Danny's like Dracarys, and then Rhaenyra's like Dracarys.
Quick plug for Larry. We did a Game of Thrones trivia. I tied with Leo because I messed up the theme score for Arya, and I'm so mad. I'm just like livid. That was the.
I'll check that out.
Yeah. But make sure you go check out Chili Boy Productions. Awesome content over there, as well as Tyler. Tyler's a regular here. As always, great comments in the chat. If you love Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. We cover it every single week. Power rankings, reactions, you name it. It's all there. We'll be live recording right when the clock hits 0 on Sunday night, and then doing these as well. So comment, let us know what your thoughts are on House of the Dragon. Do you like it so far? Do you not like it? And thank you for watching. Go check out Film Optics. It's awesome. And check us out on Twitter and Instagram at The Suit Up Geeks. For Ryan, for Christian, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.